Stop. Listen carefully, because what I'm about to say may shake everything you've ever believed about money. What if I told you the reason money has not been flowing in your life has nothing to do with your job, your background, your luck, or even your effort? What if the real reason is something invisible, something you've been carrying within you this entire time, without even realizing it? Feel that for a moment, because this is where everything begins to change. Your money is not controlled by the world. It is not controlled by systems, titles, or circumstances. It is controlled by law, divine law, precise, unchanging, and always responding. And I say this with deep truth. If you feel broke, blocked, or burdened, you are not forgotten. You are simply out of alignment, not out of luck, out of rhythm. And rhythm is everything, because the money that moves through your life is not reacting to how hard you work. It is responding to what you are energetically holding, what you are speaking, what you are believing, what you are being. You cannot outwork misalignment. You cannot outrun contradiction. And you cannot fake your way into abundance. You must align. You must speak. You must become. This is not about motivation. This is about awakening. Because right now, whether you realize it or not, your life is mirroring you. Every delay, every lack, every financial struggle is not punishment. It is feedback. It is showing you what you have been agreeing with. And here is the truth most people never hear. You are a living system of creation. Every word you speak deposits something. Every thought you hold multiplies something. Every belief you repeat becomes something. And the moment you understand this, everything begins to shift. Because money is not emotional. It does not judge you. It does not care if you are good or bad. It obeys. It responds. It follows law. Just like gravity does not ask who you are before it pulls you down, just like fire does not question who touches it before it burns. Divine law does not play favorites. It fulfills itself, always. So if your life feels unstable, it is not random. It is a reflection, a mirror of what has been spoken, felt, and accepted within you. And the moment you take responsibility for that, not with guilt, but with power, you step into authority. Because money is not waiting to love you, it is waiting for your command. And the divine does not pour abundance into confusion. It does not release overflow into contradiction. It waits patiently, precisely, for alignment. This is why some people chase endlessly and still feel stuck, while others speak, believe, align, and suddenly doors open. It is not magic, it is law, and wealth is not random. It is not given to the smartest, it is not denied to the kindest. It is revealed to the obedient. Not obedience in fear, but in rhythm, daily, consistent, unapologetic alignment with truth. That is the only system that cannot fail. Everything else, hustle, strategies, tricks, they collapse if they are not rooted in alignment. You are never meant to struggle endlessly. You are meant to prosper, but prosperity begins within. It begins when your inner world starts to match what you desire to see outside. When your soul begins to shift, your reality has no choice but to follow. And now, stay with me, because this is where transformation deepens. The first shift begins with your words. Your words are not casual. They are creative. They are shaping your reality right now. Every time you say, "I'm struggling," something within you accepts it. Every time you say, "I can't afford it," something aligns with that limitation, and the law responds, instantly, faithfully. Not because it wants to limit you, but because it is obeying you. Now feel the power in that. Because if your words have been creating limitation, they can also create freedom. You can begin to speak differently, not reacting, but declaring, not complaining, but commanding. You begin to say, "I am supported." You begin to say, "Everything is working in my favor." You begin to say, money flows to me in expected and unexpected ways. And slowly, something begins to shift. Your energy changes, your focus changes, your identity begins to evolve. Because your mouth was never meant to report your life. It was meant to create it. And when you understand this, you stop echoing your circumstances and start rewriting them. Now, let this sink in. Money is not meant to be held in fear. It is meant to move. It is meant to flow, because flow creates expansion. When you release with trust, something opens. When you hold with fear, something closes. And most people don't even realize they are blocking their own flow. Not because they don't want abundance, but because they don't trust it. But the moment you shift from fear to faith, from holding to circulating, you activate something powerful. You begin to live in flow, and flow multiplies. Now we go deeper, because there is a hidden shift that changes everything. You must begin to live as if it is already done, not someday, not later, now. You begin to feel it. You begin to think from it. You begin to move as if the life you desire is already yours, because in truth, it already exists. And the only delay is your hesitation to step into it. So you wake up, and instead of saying one day, you say, I am already becoming. Instead of fear, you choose trust. Instead of waiting, you embody. And something within you clicks. Because this is not pretending. This is aligning. This is training your entire being to match the reality you are calling in. And then, something even deeper happens. You begin to notice your inner voice, the quiet agreements you've made with struggle, the old beliefs, the patterns you inherited, and you realize they are still running. So you interrupt them, you break them, you replace them, you stop agreeing with lack, you stop repeating limitation, you choose, consciously, deliberately, powerfully, a new truth. And as you repeat it, feel it, live it, your identity begins to shift. And this is everything. Because you can only receive what you believe you are. If you see yourself as someone who struggles, life will confirm it. But the moment you see yourself differently, as someone aligned, as someone supported, as someone who naturally attracts abundance, everything changes. You stop chasing. You start receiving, you stop doubting, you start allowing, you stop asking, why not me? And you start knowing, of course me. And now, we arrive at the most powerful truth of all. None of this works without consistency, without rhythm, without obedience to the process, not perfection, but repetition, daily, intentional, unshaken. Because transformation is not a moment. It is a pattern, and when you commit to that pattern, everything begins to reorganize around you. So now I ask you, not casually, but deeply, will you choose alignment? Will you choose to speak differently, think differently, believe differently, starting now? Will you stop treating your life like something that happens to you and start realizing it responds to you because this is your moment, not to wish, not to wait, but to decide? You are not here to struggle forever. You are not here to remain stuck. You are here to awaken, to align, to become. And once you do, everything begins to move. Everything begins to respond. Everything begins to flow. Because the moment you align with truth, life has no choice but to align with you. So feel this deeply. You are not lost. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are simply being called into alignment. And the moment you answer that call, your entire reality begins to change. And so it is.